This is Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi.
You know, it's a good one when it starts out with a Florida man. I don't know why that is, but they're always... There's something about it. There's something about Florida that just brings out the crazy. A Florida man has been charged with murder after allegedly killing a woman during a meeting at a resort hotel in the Florida Keys and attempting to conceal the crime. Beautiful place to be. You murder somebody? Dylan Lamb, 33, was arrested in connection with the death of 43-year-old Nadyne Marie Tillman, whose body was discovered in the closet at the Amoray Dive Resort in Key Largo Monday. Back in Key Largo. What's that song? That's
Key Largo. I don't know.
Yeah, who is that?
Beach Boys song?
No. Back in Key Largo.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different one.
I'm thinking it's Pablo Cruz? No.
Oh, could be.
No, Sailing Away to Key Largo. Is it Confident to Neil? Look that up. Look up the Key Largo.
I'm looking it
it's
up.
It's a
right
yacht
now.
rock song. It's not the Beach Boys one. Anyway, according to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to a missing persons report at the resort that found Tillman's body under a water heater. Interesting place. She'd been brutally beaten to death. Lamb, who had been on probation for a previous grand theft conviction, allegedly met Tillman through a sex solicitation website. Investigators learned from Tillman's friend that she had texted about meeting a man at the resort on Saturday morning, but was never heard from again, and after saying, "I'm in," when Lamb opened the door. A resort employee confirmed Lamb rented the room through Expedia and provided his mother's phone number. Like you do. He had checked into the room Friday night, but refused to switch rooms when hotel staff attempted to relocate him. Lamb vacated the room on Sunday, leaving behind 3 large trash bags filled with soiled towels and linens, which were later described as heavily stained with blood, urine, and feces. That's weird.
Right? Don't you find that strange? And then it seems like it could be a possible crime. Let's call 911. They didn't.
Oh, Jesus. Unfortunately, hotel staff disposed of the bags without alerting authorities, and the dumpster containing the items is now gone. So how do they know what was in the... I'm assuming they looked in the bags and then still said...
Oh, yeah, you would have had to.
We're good.
Maybe pulled out a towel or two and gone, ew, gross. Put it back in. But, it's like, I can't go to a hotel and steal a freaking hand towel. This guy trashes the linens from the bed and the towels. I'm going to guess all of the towels. And they don't think, what was this guy cleaning up in here? And wouldn't the bed, the mattress itself maybe be stained if the linens are in there? I don't know. It just seems like you don't get all of the blood from a criminal case like this, just with the towels and the linen. There had to have been something left around the room.
No.
Don't you think?
Well, you would think. I am curious about the resort. Let's see what we...
Well, and when
it
they
looks
say
nice.
resort,
It looks
I think
really
it's going to be nice.
It looks very pretty. It's not like a Motel 6 or, the Normandy or whatever. So
my guess is they have changed their policy now. If you find any trash bags filled with blood-soaked linens and towels with urine and feces, please alert management.
Do you think they still rent out the room?
Well, they did after this.
They did after that. Oh, yes, they did. I wonder if they did after this, though. Tillman's family grew concerned after she failed to respond to messages, leading her daughter to trace her car to the resort. Police were alerted and the body was discovered shortly after. Lamb's parole officer confirmed he had met with him the day before the discovery. Detectives arrested Lamb at his job as a kayak instructor. During
He does not look like a kayak instructor, by the way.
He doesn't?
Kind of looks like a murderer.
Kind of. He has that murderous look to him.
Kind of does, yeah.
I want to
Kind of
find it.
crazy guy because he's kind of a big guy.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the new, and it's like 10 years old now, but the Vacation movie, the newest one with Ed Helms in and Christina Applegate?
Uh-uh.
There's a funny scene in there where, yeah, he kind of does look like a killer.
Doesn't he? More than a kayak instructor.
I'm gonna agree with you on that. I'm gonna pull. Oh, I think this is a picture of both of them. Let's just so we can kind of demonstrate and people can see exactly who these people are. There we go. That's the victim, and then that's the alleged murderer. He also looks like he could be a member of the Doobie Brothers.
Good, yeah. His hair would need to be gray, but he obviously would be
Taking it to the water closet, dumping the body. Oh. There's a scene in there where there's a kayak instructor, and he's about to take the family out on the kayak trip, or it's a whitewater, I think, instructor. And he gets a phone call right before they go out, and there's his girlfriend breaking up with him. And he just gets so depressed, and he ends up like killing himself on the kayak trip and going over a waterfall. And he was going to take everybody with him, but they all survived. That's what kind of reminded me of this. Like, he's a kayak instructor. Wouldn't want to be on any sort of instruction with him right after this took place.
Oh my God, no.
During questioning,
It would be weird too if you had been at that resort and seen this story and gone, "Oh my God, he was my kayak instructor."
Yeah,
that would be strange.
I feel like you leave your like Expedia review or something for him. Great kayak instructor, like really thorough, and then you find out he like killed the sex worker the next day. During questioning, Lamb admitted to paying Tillman $200 for sex, but claimed she tried to leave without fulfilling her end of the agreement. Lamb alleged that he blocked the door to stop her, and she began hitting him. He said he only hit her once in the face, causing her to fall, hit her head, and lose consciousness. Lamb then claimed he went to the bathroom to calm down and returned to find her not breathing. He said he panicked, tried to clean up the scene, and hid her body in the water heater closet. Lamb also disposed of Tillman's cell phone and the soiled sheets. However, investigators found that Tillman's injuries were inconsistent with Lamb's account, revealing multiple facial injuries, including 2 black eyes and a bruised lip, like you get from hitting one person one time. In addition to the murder, Lamb faces charges of kidnapping, destruction of evidence, and procuring a prostitute. He remains in Monroe County Jail without bond as the investigation continues.
And I was reading this article, and in that article, the Miami Herald said that they rented that room out that Sunday, the day he left. They rented the room out.
Oh, God.
So there's somebody who stayed in the room.
And is that how they found the body? Like the new.
It doesn't say exactly how they found the body. I don't know for sure, but it just seems to me if there was a water heater closet in the room and you're seeing this kind of, and it just had to have been more than like on the carpet or something.
It would smell.
Yeah, and you think that you would have opened that water heater closet just to look at everything. Under the bed. Maybe not.
I think if you're cleaning a hotel room, and it had to have been new people. Because they ignored the bags of blood and feces. So I'm assuming it was the next guest that would have said there's something weird going on here. Something smells in here.
It doesn't say, but
I don't know. But
and
I don't think you're going in the water heater closet if you're the maids. Unless there's some reason to. That's more maintenance. And it's usually there's usually kind of a keyed way of getting in there, or it's, some sort of slat or something that, it's not just a handle usually. And again, if you're cleaning, you don't have really a reason to go in there. So I could see them missing it. But how you just walk away from the blood and the feces, it says a lot to me about the things they normally find in rooms.
Oh, God, no shit.
That this was considered normal, or something to not be alarmed with.
Well, and this woman, because he's so full of shit, because she went there with the intention it's a paid transaction. She's going to have sex with him.
Yeah.
But then she, I think, got scared. Something happened to her right off the bat that he was scaring her and she wanted to leave.
Yeah, I would imagine
Or maybe they did it and then she wanted to leave and he's not letting her leave. I just think, I don't know. It's really sad. And the fact too that, she tells friends where she's going. Okay, here I'm walking in right now. Thank God she did that. Who knows when they'd have found her?
Yeah.
Or even figured out who she is. Because, he's going to dispose of any identification.
Yeah.
So he might not have realized at all that she had done that. She might have, through her own actions, brought him to justice, actually.
Yeah. Really sad.
And, you think somebody like him does this to her. Has he done something like this to another woman before? Would he be doing something again? You have to think this is not just a one-off for somebody like him.
Yeah, I would be looking at that. I wonder if he's killed before or if he's just been an abuser before. I would almost guarantee he's been an abuser before, which is probably why he's having to hire a sex worker, because he's not able to maintain any sort of relationship or get close to any sort of female that doesn't get grossed and freaked out by him. So this is where he feels he needs to go. And
he can take, I think some people feel like they can abuse a woman like that or someone who works in that field.
Yeah, they view them as less than human.
That's what she's doing. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just sad.
Sad. She has a little girl too. I just saw it. I was looking over here at some of the pictures. Like there's a picture of her and her daughter, and it's just
she's a mom.
It's so sad that she felt that was the only path that she had for work, and the dangers of that, especially when you have a kid. My God.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a money thing, It's like
I get you're trying to survive and do anything for your kid.
She might be making $500 a week.
Yeah.
Doing whatever, or she could make $200 in a night.
Sure.
For a couple hours.
God.
Just sad.
Yeah.
I'm glad he was caught. I'm glad he's caught.
I am glad he was caught too. I do wonder about his past, and I do wonder how many other things he's escaped from getting or has had punishment for, but it was never enough to truly punish and keep him at bay. Because obviously he's out doing this, or how many people just didn't turn him in because of fear of what, knowing the systems, he'll get out and, retribution or things of that nature. Scary people. Very scary people out there.
Yeah. The latest true crime stories, expert breakdowns, and shocking twists, all in one place. Press subscribe now to the Hidden Killers podcast and True Crime Today.